Hey YouTubers, happy Friday. My name is Amber and welcome to the My Perfect Palette tag. I was tagged by Courtney K and Nichole, who originally collaborated to make this fantastic tag to challenge us to see what would be in our ultimate palette. We get to pick 12 shades, and I love this because I've seen other tags spread around YouTube about choosing your favorite palette based on packaging, choosing it based on formula, variety of colors, this, that, and the other. This really makes you focus and say, if I only had one palette to use for the rest of my life, what would be in it? So they have given us a choice of 2 highlights, 2 lid shades, 2 crease shades, 2 outer corner shades, and 4 bonus shades, making 12 shadows. And then you choose the kind of packaging that you would want. So without further ado, here is what I would call my perfect palette. All right, first thing we're going to talk about are highlighting shades. I think that is all important, especially since I'm a glasses wearer. I have to be really conscious of what I choose for highlighting because my frames create shadows on the inner portion of my eyes and also under, so I want to bring the light back up to my face. So I have found that I have the best success with shimmery highlights. I know not everybody feels that way, but that's what works for me. After years and years and years of wearing my makeup with glasses, I finally figured out what works for me to look my most flattering. I get compliments every single day on my makeup, so the top 2 highlights that I would choose that are holy grail of holy grails. The first one I no longer have because I've used it, and that is Urban Decay's Virgin. I love the shimmery champagne highlight. Actually, it's more white than shimmery champagne, but it is just absolutely stunning. The shimmer is not juvenile looking, and it's enough to make my eyes just really open up under my frames. So, holy grail of holy grails. But I'm using other stuff in my collection before I repurchase it out of the sake of I want to get my money out of my makeup. So, that's number 1. The next one I would pick, it's actually not an eyeshadow, but when I wear my other neutral go-to, which is like more of a purple look, I like to have more of a frosted pink highlight. And so I always receive compliments when I wear my purple look with a highlighter that I got from the Archie Girls collection from MAC called Veronica's Blush. And I chose it because of this shimmery pink highlight right here. You can see I've already hit pan in it because it's fabulous. This is what it looks like. It's beautiful, it's subtle, it pulls the brown of my eyes out while still allowing me to have that pop of color with purple. This would be absolutely necessary in a palette for me because I've never received so many compliments when I wear purple eyeshadow than when I had this as my highlight. So holy grail of holy grail when I wear my purple shadow. All right, now let's talk some lid shades. Like I said, I would have to have some type of purple look in my collection because when you have dark hair and dark eyes, purple doesn't stand alone as a color. It really does act as a neutral. So when you wear it, you're not necessarily noticing, wow, purple eyeshadow. It's more of your eyes are really brown. I know it's gonna sound kind of weird to say it that way, but it's like wearing brown eyeshadow, I guess, and then you're not bored wearing the same thing every day. So my ideal lid shade if I wear a purple look is called Cut the Cake from Too Faced. If you have the Romantic Eyes palette, you have a small little pan of that shade. I ran out of it, so this came out of my Too Faced Bonbons palette. I adore this shade. It's a beautiful lilac-y purple. I pair it with the Benefit Creaseless Cream Shadow and Always a Bridesmaid as a base, and it is just, it's beautiful. I receive compliments every time I wear the combo that I'll show you for the purple because it's just, it's flattering, it's stunning, it's a pop of color while still being very neutral. So Cut the Cake would have to be in my palette. The other lid shade I would pick, I'm so sad to run out of because I really have fallen in love with it thanks to Pan That Palette, would be the color Toasted from Urban Decay's Naked palette. It was not a shade that I gravitated towards before my Pan That Palette challenge, and now I'm honestly very sad that it's done. I ran out of it today. I am wearing it on my lid, and I transitioned Dark Horse into my highlight area with Toasted. It's beautiful. Like, I would wear the purple look in winter and spring because it's very silvery toned. And then, you know, starting in like midsummer, fall, early part of winter, I would wear Toasted. So that way I'd have my look covered for all year long. All right, now let's talk some crease shades. And okay, yeah, this is how I would do it. I first picked my favorite purple shadow from Too Faced. Too Faced does not play around with their matte shadows, I gotta tell you. Because this teeny little pan, I made it through the teeny little pan of the lilac shade Cut the Cake that I just showed you, and I made a dip in this pan right here, and I still haven't hit pan in this shade that is called First Dance. It's a beautiful matte purple, so I feel you if you are panning a Too Faced palette, because they are not playing around. It takes forever to hit pan in these matte shadows. I mean, they are just, you talk about worth your money. These are so pigmented, they don't budge. But I love this because it's a very deep aubergine purple. Again, it is so flattering on dark eyes and dark hair. I mean, you can't go wrong when you pair the lilac with this silvery pink and the purple. And I also, when I wear this look, I pop green on my lower lash line, and it just makes my eyes go whew. It's amazing. I mean, I get complimented everywhere I go with that makeup look. So lilac shade on your lid, matte purple in the crease, shimmery pink highlight. You could even use Sin from your Urban Decay Naked palette if you don't have something like the Archie blush. Promise you, you're gonna get compliments. And then pop some green on that lower lash line. The other, it's not a crease shade, but I put it in my crease area, so I put it in there, would have to be a warm brown. The warm brown that I'm favoring right now is called Desert from Stila. You could use Naked from Urban Decay's Naked palette. I always want to have a warm brown. I use it as a transition shade in my crease area because since I have hooded eyes, crease colors can be a little over the top for me, so I need something to kind of tone it down a little bit. So always will have a warm brown, or you could have MAC's warm brown or soft brown. Yeah, soft brown's kind of cooler toned, but a warm brown shade, perfect. Have to have that for a crease shade. All right, now we're gonna talk about two outer corner shades, and I would use these, okay, I don't really do outer corner shades because my eyes are hooded. You wouldn't actually see the outer corner shades. So whatever I do is my crease color is my outer area. So these are shades I would still have to have. Most of you would consider them outer corner shades, but I would use them for other things. Excuse me. The first one I would have to have is some type of black shadow. I used Creep from Urban Decay's Naked palette, or I would choose a matte black, and I would put that in there to deepen up the outer area, like on my lower lid and kind of up in the crease for going out at night. I definitely use it to set my liner so that I don't have to worry about it transferring up into my crease area during the day. So I would have to have some type of black shadow in the palette. And then the other thing I would pick, I would use it as a crease shade, and again, I don't have it because I ran out of it today. Sad. It just is so sad, even though I'm happy that they're done. But my other outer corner shade I would pick would be Buck. And I choose that because I could use it as a crease color with the bonus shades that I will show you. And I'd also use it to fill in my brows because I like a one-stop shop palette that multi-purposes for more than just eyeshadows. So Buck is the way to go for me. All right, now we're going on to pick some bonus shades. And again, I go with shades that are flattering for my eye color. Because if you're gonna do pops of color, you always do best when you go with things that flatter your eye color. And then even if you're wearing the same makeup all the time, you'll feel better because you know that it's flattering for you. And when you wear the flattering makeup, you feel like you look your best. So The first thing that I would have to choose is a mint shadow. If you have brown eyes, you need to get a hold of some mint shadow in your life. It will be the game changer. Here's a primetime example with purple, or you could pair it with brown. This is the NARS Duo in Habanera. And I love this mint shade because, again, it pulls out the tones in my eyes. It pulls out the tones in my hair. I could wear this shade with Buck in the crease, or I could wear it with First Dance in the crease, or I could wear it with the warm brown and, you know, whatever highlight I wanted. There's tons of options. I mean, here you see it with NARS. They paired it with a purple shade. It's absolutely beautiful. Again, if you want just neutral, everyday appropriate, but still pop a color, go with a mint. You can't go wrong. And then the next thing I would pick would be a green shade, because again, with brown eyes, it's perfect for fall, perfect for spring. You could use it as pops of color, like with the purple shades. You could use it with Buck. You could use it with Desert, whatever you wanted to do. And I chose Bender from the Book of Shadows 4 from Urban Decay. Really, it wouldn't matter what color green it is, as long as it's an intense green. It's perfect for me on my lower lash line. I can wear it as a lid color. I can wear it as a crease color. It's just absolutely stunning. So I would have to pick a green. And then the last bonus shade that I would have to pick would be Evidence from Urban Decay. It is an intense navy blue, more of a cobalt and then navy. But this is also perfect to use as a liner shade. Use it as a, you know, a crease shade in the outer corner. I've been complimented by many people when I've worn it with just a real shimmery look under my frames. It's a beautiful, beautiful color. So would have to pick those. I think I covered all of my bases. And then as far as packaging, a Z palette would be great for me, because then I could see the colors and the top of the packaging. But I have to admit, if I could ultimately have my packaging, I would want something slimlined like the Naked palette. I've really grown to love the concept of this, having the mirror, the 12 shades right here. It's easy for travel. It's easy to fold back and have on your vanity counter, so then you're not having to worry about it closing all the time. I mean, so my ideal thing would be packaging like this with those shades. Other than that, like if I had to just kind of Frankenstein them together, I would do a Z palette. So that's about it. I'm going to pass this tag along, so go on and see in the description box below for the next round of people who are tagged. Have fun making this video. I can't wait to watch it. So make sure that you let me know if I haven't gotten a chance to find your videos yet. And again, thank you, Courtney and Katie. This was awesome, and I really appreciate it. So have a great weekend. Got lots of videos coming in the next week, so be on the lookout. And that's it. I will see you guys soon. Bye.